Good morning. All right, so what do we have today? Today, so we have this 2 days where we broke above this this area. We had 4 days of overlapping ranges. We had and then we broke above it, left a gap at 73.04. Then we had 2 days of balance. Then we broke above that 2 days balance area. And now this session from Friday has a P-shaped profile. You can see that there's a spike down and there's all the volume that stayed above the range, right? But we were not able to get above it. We had that big strike at 7400 on SPX that was resistance, and we couldn't get above it. So now during the overnight session we gapped down, tested below the low from Friday, and then grind up the whole session until recently we started pulling back a little bit, and then there was a set of news from Iran saying that they deploy some submarines, and then we had a little bit of a spike down. We're just holding here. You can see this low volume node here, 05, that needs to hold in order for us to hold this area. But if this breaks, then we have a nice, pretty obvious target at 73.95, and then we have these 2 lows back to back that are above Thursday's value area high. So what I want to see is, number one, do we hold this low volume node? If we do, then I'm looking for a retest of Friday's value and a sweep through value, and then an attempt to break above the high, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I'm seeing like this gamma position at 7400. It's pretty should be pretty strong resistance from what I'm seeing right now. It could all change and it could break, right? But so far it's looking pretty strong. So if we don't break it, right, if we test the highs and then we fail to hold above the highs, then I'm going to be looking for either consolidation around this area and a balanced day, or an attempt to retest these two this area of balance, right? All these low volume nodes are going to act as support, so I'm watching all these areas, just because, you know, we've been having every dip is being bought, but today could be the day that we start pulling back. I'm watching this area, right, which is an area where when we tested lower, we tested back in here, we found sellers. So seeing if this previous it was resistance, then it became support, and then it was resistance, then now we'll see if it's support again. Otherwise, we're probably gonna retest this weekly pivot, which is at 73.49 and a quarter, which coincides also with value area low for Thursday. So like I said, it could be that we just, you know, do nothing and we just have a balanced day around this area, looking at the 73.95 area, which has a lot of volume, see if that becomes a magnet or not. Above it, we left bullish imbalance. The target is 74.50 more or less, so I'm looking for that if we break the highs from last week. And then for the rest of the week, remember, we still have this gap below. So if we break value area low, I'm looking for a move back to the 7300 area where we have the gap. and then this untested point of control. We have a few untested point of controls and a few untested high volume nodes. So in the case that we fill the gap and we start trading in this area, I could see this whole move to be retraced and a move back to the 72.20 area. And the 20-day point of control is still down here, so it still hasn't shifted up because we are not able to spend more than a couple sessions and at each level, right? This movement has been a little bit of a little parabolic. And speaking of parabolic, NQ, it's on its way to 30,000. Remember I mentioned that the other day. Now we have a bullish imbalance pointing to that 29,690 area, and then the big round number is right there. So but the NQ has been way stronger. Look at where this value is compared to these two sessions, and on yes, we're pretty close, right? So I'm watching this to see if this holds. If we break above the highs, looking for that 29,690. If we break below it and are able to get inside the spike, I'm assuming that we're gonna find some buyers around the 29,000, 28,900 is that high volume node, and then the 5-day point of control is down here at 28,690. Crude, I have this red area marked because that was a resistance area, and we looked above it, then looked below. Then just now with the news from Iran, we looked above it again, and now we're coming down again. So the 20-day point of control is down here. So target to the downside for crude is in the 95 area. This could be a good entry now, because we could put our stop here in the 99 since we tested it twice, and then so we risk a couple points to make what is this, 95? My math is off today, never mind. This is it's about 1-to-1, so I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, but it's about 1-to-1. So anyway, 95 target for for crude. If you look at gold, we had this turning, right? And now we made new highs for the last week, and now we're tested back down at the monthly pivot, the monthly VWAP, and that low volume node, the 660 area, and then came back pretty quickly to that 20-day point of control. So to me, this is saying that this one's higher, this one's another retest of the highs of the range. So looking for 4780 area, and then above it, see if we can retest that yearly VWAP at 4830 or 30 and change. Let's see what else we have for the week. So today we have existing home sales at 10, we have some auctions, and then we have tomorrow and the next day we have some inflation numbers, CPI, PPI, etc. Then jobless claims on the 14th, retail sales, US industrial production. Let's see what else. Anything else relevant? Some bond auctions, but that's about it. So remember, this is still a headline-driven market, so volatility is still pretty high. So don't get too comfortable in this market yet. All right, good luck.